So it's all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Alex Albon leads us away from pole position, and it's Fernando Alonso alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Tsunoda, Norris, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Sargent, Oscar Piastri, Verstappen, Sainz, Bottas, Joe, Russell, Gasly, Hamilton, Leclerc, De Vries, Perez, Ocon, and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. Here we go then, the formation lap is underway ahead of today's sprint.
Any other constructor. 1957, the Belgian Grand Prix has been cancelled due to high wind costs.
We're almost ready to start the sprint as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers making their final preparations.
Overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on. Got 11th, that's 11th place. Sainz ahead. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. Gasly behind. They're on fresh mediums. Our gap to first place is 3.8 seconds. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. The rain's going to keep getting heavier for the next 15 minutes at least. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. Okay, some information on Gasly. Okay, they're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car. Okay, DRS is now available. Be careful on those slicks. These conditions are making the line a bit greasy, but we're still nowhere near the changeover point. Hulkenberg ahead. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 2 laps old, and the time last lap was a 1 minute 49.8. Good job, you're gaining by a full second a lap at the moment. Okay, conditions are going to keep deteriorating for 10 minutes at least. It's still not a perfect situation, but I don't think we've got cause to move on to a different tyre yet. P7, 7th place. Magnussen's ahead of you. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. Piastri's behind you now. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, so gap to the leader is 5.5 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, 12 laps to go. We're currently trailing our teammate by 5.5 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in first. Your last lap time was a 1:48.8. That's Sargent just ahead. Push hard. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. Time last lap was a 1 minute 52.9. And you're closing by 0.4 a lap. Keep it going. Right, we're no longer sure that these tyres are the right ones. It might be time to come in and change. Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please. Up to speed now, let's get some heat into those tyres. Okay, not sure whether dries or inters are faster, we're right on the crossover. Russell's ahead of you now. Our gap to the car in front is 8.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 5 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The car ahead has damaged the front wing, but it seems fairly minor. And the time last lap was a 1:57.6. Fernando's in the pits. Aston Martin drivers just completed a pass for the lead of this race. Okay, gap ahead is 3.8 seconds. You're in 4th position. Lando's ahead of you now, and gap to the car in front is 3.8 seconds. They're on a fresh set of inters. Sonoda behind. Our gap behind is 1.8 seconds. They're on a fresh set of inters. The distance to the leader is 7.2 seconds. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. 9 laps to go. Rain's getting worse, be very careful. teammate ahead is 7.8 seconds. And the time last lap was 1 minute 55.2. Behind you now. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 2.7 seconds. They're on a fresh set of inters. Their tyres are just 1 lap old. Your last lap time was 2:08.8. Just ahead, push for the position. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 2.4 seconds. They're on a fresh set of inters. Their tyres are 2 laps old. Time last lap was 1:57.2. Okay, I know these conditions look pretty terrible, but that water is draining okay. I think the intermediate is going to stay the tyre of choice for a while yet. Gasly has the lead. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 2.1 seconds. Trailing our teammate by 7.8 seconds. They're on a fresh set of inters. They're in first, and the time last lap was 1 minute 57.1. Verstappen's behind. Okay, push, gap to the car behind, 2.0 seconds. They're on a fresh set of inters. Their tyres are 3 laps old. Your last lap time was 1:56.5. virtual safety car, virtual safety car. Reduce speed immediately and keep a positive delta. Right, drop your speed. Our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately. Situation's an interesting one, but I think the right call is to stick with what we've got for now. Okay, safety car deployed, safety car's been deployed. Watch your delta, make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack. Right, drop your speed. Our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately. We're starting to reach the point where you're going to start aquaplaning with those tyres. We think you're alright for now, but it might not be long before we switch to the full wet. And that's just 5 laps of fuel remaining. Right, we're no longer sure that these tyres are the right ones. It might be time to come in and change. So the rain's easing off a bit, but the track is still going to be wet for a while. Be careful. Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining, 5 laps of fuel left. on you by 5/10 a lap. That move was illegal, I'm afraid, mate. Return the position, give it back. Okay, you've got P5, P5. Verstappen's ahead of you. They're on a fresh set of inters. Okay, Tsunoda's behind you. Okay, car behind trailing us. 1.1 seconds. They're on a fresh set of inters. Okay, gap to leader, 2.5 seconds. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Come on, just 3 laps to go. 3 laps. Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on. Tyre condition still looking good. That's P5, you're in P5. It's Verstappen ahead. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 1.6 seconds. They're on a fresh set of inters. Tsunoda behind. Okay, gap to the car behind. 1.0 seconds. They're on a fresh set of inters. Our gap to first place is 4.8 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps. Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now. Okay, you're doing well out there, keep it up. We're looking at about 10 more minutes of rain, 10 minutes. And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Let's see how the drivers' standings have changed. Lance Stroll isn't showing any signs of relinquishing his championship lead, extending his advantage even further after this result. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, goodbye.